Most people pick where to live in Thailand based on the beach. Nobody picks it based on whether that beach will still be there during typhoon season. Not all of Thailand faces the same risks, and the places that are genuinely safe, where the storms don't reach, where the earthquake risk is minimal, where expats have lived for decades without significant natural disaster impact, those specific places are what this video is entirely about. When foreigners think about Thailand, they imagine paradise, beaches, warm weather, affordable living, friendly locals, and a relaxed lifestyle that feels like a dream. But here's something most people don't think about before moving: natural risks, storms, flooding, typhoons, earthquakes, seasonal weather patterns, and how these can quietly affect your daily life. Because while Thailand is generally considered safer than many countries when it comes to major disasters, not all locations in Thailand are equal. Some areas experience heavy monsoon flooding, seasonal storms, rough seas, and infrastructure strain, while others remain relatively stable, calm, and predictable year-round. And for expats, especially retirees or long-term foreigners, choosing the right location isn't just about lifestyle, it's about peace of mind. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you can enjoy Thailand's lifestyle without constantly worrying about extreme weather. Let's go. 1. Chiang Mai City. Chiang Mai sits at approximately 300 meters above sea level, dramatically higher than Bangkok's average of 1.5 meters above sea level. This elevation alone makes it fundamentally different in flood risk profile from the Central Plains. The Ping River that flows through Chiang Mai, while capable of flooding during extreme events, is a mountain river rather than the slow, deltaic river system that makes Bangkok so dramatically vulnerable to sustained inundation. Chiang Mai is outside the primary typhoon belt. The northeastern peninsula and the Gulf Coast of southern Thailand bear the brunt of tropical storm landfalls. Northern Thailand, sheltered by the mountain ranges of the north and by the distance from the storm-generating zones of the South China Sea and Bay of Bengal, is largely outside the direct track of typhoons. Storms that affect the south of Thailand typically weaken significantly before reaching the north. 2. Hua Hin and Pronbury. And this is the one that specifically answers the question of where in Thailand to find genuine coastal living, beach life, ocean views, the specific quality of daily life that draws people to the Thai coast with the lowest natural disaster risk profile of any significant coastal community in Thailand. Hua Hin is a coastal city of approximately 120,000 people on the western shore of the Gulf of Thailand, approximately 200 kilometers south of Bangkok, in Prachuap Khiri Khan province. It is perhaps best known internationally as the location of the Thai royal family's Klai Kangwan Palace, their summer residence, which has given the town a specific character of refinement and royal-adjacent prestige that distinguishes it from the mass tourism beach towns of the Gulf Islands. 3. Chiang Rai. And Chiang Rai experienced one of the most severe flooding events in its modern history in 2024. So why is Chiang Rai on this list? Because Chiang Rai province is large and geographically diverse, and the specific disaster risk profile of Mae Sai, which is in a low-lying floodplain at the Myanmar border, is dramatically different from the disaster risk profile of Chiang Rai city itself and the elevated communities in the province's interior. Chiang Rai city sits at approximately 500 meters above sea level, higher than Chiang Mai, in a broader valley that has better natural drainage and a less enclosed topography than the Ping River basin that affects Chiang Mai. The city center itself has a track record of relative stability during flood events that affect lower-lying border communities. The city is small, approximately 140,000 people, with a compact, manageable character that many expats prefer over Chiang Mai's more commercialized expat scene. The White Temple and Blue Temple draw international visitors, but the expat community is significantly smaller and more self-selecting. 4. Pai, Mae Hong Son Province. And this is the surprise entry on this list. the one that produces the most immediate and visceral reaction from people who have been there, because Pai is unlike anywhere else in Thailand, and its natural disaster profile is shaped by its extraordinary geography. Pai is a small town of approximately 3,000 permanent residents, though the extended community is larger, in Mae Hong Son province, approximately a 3-hour drive northwest of Chiang Mai, on a road of extraordinary beauty that crosses 2,762 curves through the mountain jungle. This road is both Pai's isolation and its gift. It creates a barrier to mass tourism that has kept Pai's character intact in ways that most Thai destinations have not managed. Pai's enclosed valley position provides significant protection from tropical storm winds. By the time any storm system reaches this far inland and this high in elevation, over 800 meters, it has lost most of its destructive wind energy. The storms that devastate the Thai coasts are meteorologically incapable of maintaining their intensity at this distance from the open ocean and at this elevation. 5. Khon Kaen, Udon Thani, and the Upper Isan Plateau. And this is the genuinely unexpected entry on this list, because these are not places that appear in mainstream Thailand expat content, and they have one of the most genuinely low natural disaster risk profiles of any region of the country. The Isan region, northeastern Thailand, is a broad plateau sitting at approximately 150 to 250 meters above sea level, separated from the central plains by the Phetchabun and Dong Phaya Yen mountain ranges, and separated from Cambodia by the Dangarek Mountains. This inland plateau position has specific implications for natural disaster risk. No typhoons reach the Upper Isan Plateau with meaningful intensity. The storms that track across the Gulf of Thailand or into southern Thailand weaken dramatically before reaching this far inland and this far north. Historical records of typhoon damage in Thailand are concentrated almost entirely in the south, the Central Plains, and the Gulf Coast, not in the inland northeast. 6. Lampong. And this is the genuine hidden gem on this list, the northern Thai city that has all the cultural richness and cool highland climate of the north at significantly lower cost than Chiang Mai, with a natural disaster profile that benefits from its specific position in the northern plateau. It sits at approximately 300 meters above sea level on the banks of the Wang River, in a basin that is more protected from the worst of the northern monsoon flooding than the Ping River basin of Chiang Mai. The city's most distinctive characteristic is its horse-drawn carriage culture. Lampong is the only city in Thailand where horse carriages remain a functional part of daily transport and are not purely a tourist novelty. This single detail captures something essential about Lampong. It has maintained a pace, a character, and a way of being that is genuinely, unhurriedly Thai. For natural disaster safety, Lampong sits outside the typhoon belt, at sufficient elevation to reduce flood risk compared to the Central Plains, and at some distance from the most active seismic fault systems of the far north near the Myanmar border. It performs better than Chiang Rai on seismic risk and better than Chiang Mai on distance from the most active fault zones. 7. Hua Hin Interior, Phetchaburi and Ratchaburi provinces. The interior provinces of Phetchaburi and Ratchaburi, the inland areas between Bangkok and Hua Hin that offer the western Gulf Coast's storm shelter without the Hua Hin price premium. Phetchaburi city itself sits on a small rise above the surrounding flatlands, with a remarkable heritage of ancient Khmer and Thai Khmer architecture, including the extraordinary hilltop palace Phra Nakhon Kiri. The surrounding countryside is one of the most genuinely beautiful and genuinely Thai landscapes in the country. Sugarcane fields, palm sugar plantations, the specific agricultural abundance of the western Gulf Coast plain. Natural disaster safety, the western Gulf Coast position provides the same typhoon shelter as Hua Hin. The interior elevation reduces flood risk compared to lower coastal areas. The geology is more stable than the Bangkok Delta. 8. Nakhon Ratchasima, universally known in Thailand as Korat, the largest city of the Isan Plateau and the gateway between the Central Plains and the Northeast.
Korat sits at the western edge of the Korat Plateau, at approximately 200 meters above sea level on stable plateau geology. Its position, inland, elevated above the Chao Phraya floodplains, away from the coastal typhoon tracks, gives it a natural disaster safety profile that is genuinely good for Thai standards.